Britain is about to be invaded by the latest fast food sensation from the States. Krispy Kremes. The companies say they'll change our eating habits forever.
Oh, you're eating the napkin too!
I would like to think everybody at some stage during their working week or their weekend would want to have a cup of coffee and a donut.
In the US, the great and good have been lining up to endorse Krispy Kremes. It's become an A-list product.
Coca-Cola is an icon. McDonald's is an icon. Krispy Kreme is about to become one.
But over here, they haven't just got to beat traditional British bakers. One of the high street's biggest names has entered the fray.
We will turn this into a national brand. All guns will be blazing. So we'll be out there, we'll take on those Yankee boys head on.
Tonight, in the second part of our series on the snacks we just can't stop eating, will we succumb to the lure of the great American donut?
They're selling like hotcakes.
This man is bringing America's latest success story to these shores. At 7:30 in the morning on a quiet Surrey trading estate, he arrives to meet his team.
Looking for adventure and whatever comes our way.
But my concern is that might potentially, as a whole wall, be overkill when it's such a distance away.
Behind closed doors, with his leathers off, Don Henschel and his troops are plotting the rollout of 25 Krispy Kreme stores across the UK. And this is their secret weapon. Krispy Kreme donuts are made from a secret recipe. They're warm, they're sticky, they're tender, and they're glazed. Don reckons we'll all soon fall prey to their charms.
People have to understand that a hot original glazed donut is not what they think a donut is, and they need to experience that, and then they can make their own mind up, but I think most people will like them.
The Krispy Kreme brand has successfully attached itself to a roll call of glamorous celebrities, from wafer-thin film stars like Nicole Kidman to supermodels, statesmen like Bill Clinton and Vladimir Putin, and even a pop idol or two.
What Krispy Kreme have done very cleverly is they've taken, a rather sort of ordinary thing, a donut, and they've given it a certain amount of cachet and smartness and trendiness. And I think they've done this in a number of different ways. First, by producing a donut that is actually very different from other donuts. Secondly, through their incredibly good sort of packaging and branding. And in the States, Krispy Kremes are regarded as being, the smart person's donut. And by doing that, they've sort of revolutionized the donut market because they've suddenly introduced a high-end donut.
Don Henschel's witnessed the rise of the phenomenon in the States. He believes in the product so much, he's risking his life savings buying a share of the franchise. He believes American donuts will follow in the footsteps of designer coffee and burgers here.
McDonald's, when they came here all those years ago, 20, 30 years ago, a hamburger, although there were hamburgers here, they took it to another level. Likewise, 10 years ago, we drank instant coffee, and, cappuccinos and lattes is another coffee experience. They're both hot drinks, and they're both made from coffee beans, but you have them for different reasons and for different times. And I think that Krispy Kreme has a product that is going to change people's perception of donuts.
To that end, Krispy Kreme recently launched at upmarket Harrods in London. With this high-end image firmly established as the blueprint, the Krispy Kreme machine will now start to roll out across the country.
I believe in this, and I love building good, strong brands, and I think here I've got a great opportunity to do something that in 10 years I'll look back, and all the people who work with Krispy Kreme will feel very proud.
Typical high streets like these are a long way from Harrods, but it's shoppers here that Don Henschel and the Krispy Kreme team are going to have to win over. These people have been brought up with traditional British bakeries and our very own jammy donut. You might even be surprised to learn we have a special event devoted to publicising the UK donut industry. Krispy Kremes have got the glamorous support of Nicole Kidman, Bill Clinton and Madonna behind them. But hey, we in Britain aren't taking that lying down. We've got National Donut Week and the pièce de résistance, a DIY jam squeezing machine. You can put extra jam in your donut. Put that in your donut and eat it, America.
I've got the ring one, or I've got the double chocolate and cream in it.
Local bakers like Daniel Carr in Reading, he's the one having a bad hair day, are entering into the spirit and dressing up for the donut jamboree. He's sure he can fend off any challenge from Uncle Sam.
There we go, that's £1. We're traditional bakers, our own products, our own donuts, and we're confident that our customers will carry on returning to us no matter what. We are the best. I mean, you can't beat our donuts. Let them come. We're not worried. Challenge you to eat this jam donut without licking your lips. If you manage to do it, I'll give you 4 free jam donuts. Okay?
But Britain's 7,000 high street bakers are an endangered species. Sales figures are stagnating. As donuts account for 25% of non-bread sales, the survival of the British breed is crucial for everyone.
Oh, I think that was a lick of the lips in the corner there. Not bad. Unfortunately, you failed. Never mind. Thank you very much.
Waring's Bakery in Reading is owned by Daniel's family. His grandfather Sid has been making donuts for 70 years. So here we are, we're in the temple of the Great British Donut. Here is the altar. I want you to worship it for me. What's so good about this?
Well, it's made from yeast, flour, fat and sugar. Fat is the word you often think about, but in actual fact it's a very low-fat product, a donut.
Can you eat a little bit for me?
Donut caviar.
But Sid's views aren't shared by food buffs, particularly those from across the pond.
High street donut to me looks rather sort of, I don't know, stodgy and flabby. I don't know, didn't really like the look of that. Although maybe if you grew up with it, you'd think, hey, that's delicious looking. But on the other hand, the Krispy Kreme, very nice glaze, very delicate looking glaze, nice shape, nice size. It's a delicious donut. I mean, to me, this is a great, great donut.